You've been scrolling for a while now. Maybe it's late at night. Maybe your room is dark and silent, except for the soft glow of your screen. And maybe, just maybe, your heart feels heavier than usual. Your thoughts feel louder than they've been in days. You're not really looking for a video, are you? You're looking for something else. Maybe it's relief. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's a sign that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. That this ache you've been carrying hasn't gone unnoticed. That this confusion you haven't been able to put into words is understood somewhere by someone. And you might not realize it just yet, but this moment, this exact scroll, this very pause is not an accident. You didn't just stumble here. This isn't just a video. This is a divine interruption. Because Allah, the most merciful, doesn't forget his servants. Not even when they feel completely forgotten by the world. Not even when they feel distant from him. He knows what you don't say. Allah knows. He knows. The sleepless nights you endure. The heavy thoughts you hide behind polite smiles. He knows about the times you cried in your pillow so no one else would hear. He knows about the moments you sat in silence, staring into nothing, feeling everything all at once. He knows that sometimes the loudest part of you is your silence. He knows the pain behind your Alhamdulillah, the guilt you wear like a second skin, the emptiness you try to fill with distractions, achievements, even people. He knows about the mistakes you regret but don't know how to move past. The prayers you whisper when your voice shakes. The ones you couldn't even say aloud. The ones you only said with tears. Maybe this is the answer, maybe. You're thinking it's just a video. But deep down, you feel it. There's something about this moment that's different. You feel seen. And it's not because of the words you're reading. It's because your soul has recognized something. Something that goes beyond logic. Something your heart's been aching for. And maybe, just maybe, this is the very response to the dua you whispered in the quiet. When everyone else had gone to sleep. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2-186, and when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of the supplicant when he calls upon me. He is near, not far, not distant, not busy. Nearer than your thoughts, nearer than your struggles, nearer than your heartbeat. Every time you cried without knowing what to say, heard it. Every time you said, Ya Allah, I don't even know what's wrong, but I'm tired. He understood. Every time you looked strong for others, but broke down when you were alone. He was there. Watching, listening, understanding, holding space for your pain in a way no one else can. This moment is mercy. So, before you scroll away, don't let this be just another video. Don't treat this as background noise for your heartache. This moment is mercy. A message tailor-made for your soul. Because Allah doesn't just speak through miracles. Sometimes he speaks through moments like this. Through reminders. Through unexpected scrolls. Through a video that says exactly what your heart didn't know it needed to hear. And if your heart is beating differently right now, if you feel that gentle tug in your soul, that's him calling you back. He sees the storm you're in. He sees the confusion that's been clouding your heart. The feeling that nothing is working. The constant battle of why me, followed by I should be grateful. He sees the way you're trying to hold on to faith, to hope, to some form of stability. And he knows how hard that's been. He knows about the financial pressure you're under, the heartbreak that still lingers even after you tried to move on, the illness you're hiding from your loved ones, the anxiety you mask with jokes, the self-doubt that poisons your mind late at night. He knows the weight you're carrying, and he's not angry with you. He's not disappointed in you. He hasn't turned his face away from you. In fact, he's closer to you in your weakness than you've ever been in your strength. Because sometimes it's in your most fragile moments that your heart becomes soft. enough to finally feel His presence again. The healing has already begun. You might be wondering, then why hasn't He fixed it? Why hasn't the pain stopped? But what if I told you that the healing already started? It started the moment you paused. The moment you felt something stir inside you while reading these words. That moment of reflection, that's mercy. That's healing. Because healing doesn't always come in the form of solutions. Sometimes it comes in the form of understanding, of feeling seen, of remembering that you're not alone in your struggle. Allah never said the journey would be easy, but He did promise it would be worth it. He said in Surah Ash-Shar 94:5-6, "For indeed, with hardship comes ease. Indeed, with hardship comes ease, not after." With dot, which means even in the midst of your difficulty, ease is present. You just might not recognize it yet. Maybe it's a friend who checked in at just the right moment. Maybe it's a small act of kindness from a stranger. Maybe it's this message. Maybe this is your ease. Shaitan wants you to give up. There's a reason you feel like walking away sometimes, like giving up on faith, on people, on yourself. Shaytan wants you to believe that you're too far gone, that you've sinned too much, that you'll never be worthy of Allah's love again. But that's the biggest lie he tells, because Allah's mercy is bigger than your mistakes. His love is stronger than your past, and His door never closes. Never. The Prophet Muhammad said, Allah, the Almighty said, "O son of Adam, so long as you call upon me and ask of me, I shall forgive you for what you have done, and I shall not mind." Tirmidhi, even if your record is full of sins, even if you've walked away from Him 1,000 times, He's still waiting. He still wants you back. There is no such thing as too late. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too lost to be guided. You are not too damaged to be loved by your Creator. And if all you can say right now is, "Ya Allah, I don't know how to come back, but I want to," that's enough. That one sincere intention can change everything. Because Allah doesn't expect perfection. He expects sincerity. He expects you to try to turn back again and again and again. The most beautiful hearts are not the ones that never fall. They're the ones that fall 100 times and still turn back, still say, "Ya Allah, forgive me. Ya Allah, guide me." That's where the strength lies. Not in flawless piety, but in persistent return. Divine love doesn't quit, you might think, but I've messed up too much. Listen to the words of your Lord in Surah Az-Zumar 39-53. Say, "O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, it is He who is the forgiving, the merciful." That's not just a verse, that's a lifeline. All sins, not some, not the ones you can forgive yourself for. All. You are never too far for Allah to reach, never too flawed for Him to forgive, never too broken for Him to rebuild. His love doesn't come with conditions. It doesn't end when you fail. It doesn't diminish when you're struggling. His love is constant, eternal, unmatched. Use single quotes, being pulled back to Him. So maybe that's what this is all about. Maybe this video wasn't just meant to remind you. Maybe it was meant to revive you, to rekindle a connection that's been fading, to whisper to your soul that it's time to come home. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have a perfect prayer routine. You don't need to be free of sin. You just need to come back. Start with one sincere dua. One genuine moment on the prayer mat. One ayah of Quran, even if you don't understand it all. One tear. That's how return begins. And Allah, in His mercy, will take it from there. You are a sign for someone else. Maybe you are meant to see this for your own heart, or maybe someone else needs this. and you are the vessel Allah is using to reach them. Because that's how divine mercy works, it flows through hearts, from one soul to another dot. So if this reminder touched something in you, hold on to it dot, and if you feel guided, share it. Even one line, even one comment, maybe your reminder becomes someone else's moment of awakening dot. Maybe your words are the answer to someone else's 3 a.m. DUA dot. And maybe, just maybe, that's why Allah brought you here dot. Type this from the heart if you feel it in your heart. Type, Ya Allah, guide me when I'm lost. Not for likes, not for validation, but because sometimes your fingers need to say what your heart has been trying to. Sometimes that one sentence is the beginning of a new chapter, the first step on the road back to peace dot. So type it, for yourself, for someone else, for the angels who record every whisper of sincerity dot. Final reminder, you are seen dot. You are known. You are loved by the one who created love itself dot. So don't give up. Don't scroll past this moment like it means nothing. Let it mean something. Let it be the beginning. Let it be your reminder that you were never alone, not for a second.